So this is like the third or fourth version of this movie, and I haven't seen any of the other ones. But this one's made by Bradley Cooper, and it's the first movie he's directed. He also worked on the script, and he's starring in it. Now add in a pop star like Lady Gaga as the other lead, and it sounds like it could be a disaster. But it's not. It's actually pretty good. Now I do like Bradley Cooper a lot. And I've been kind of fascinated by Lady Gaga for a while now. I know she's a really talented singer and songwriter, and I even watched that documentary on her. But I didn't know she could act well enough to carry a movie, or that Bradley Cooper could sing well enough to pretend to be a rock star. But apparently they can. And you know what else? Their chemistry is pretty damn effortless. I bought every single second of that. It was really fun to watch. He plays a kind of burnt out rock star with some substance abuse issues and a lot of emotional baggage, and she plays a struggling artist whose career isn't going anywhere. And even if I hadn't seen any of the previous versions of this movie, I still felt like I'd seen this story before. And I feel like I've seen movies do this story very well. But this is still one of the better versions, and I feel like it shouldn't be as good as it is. But the writing and the chemistry between the characters really sell it. I mean, those two are just so goddamn good in this. I could have watched them for another 2 hours, easily. And the casting of Lady Gaga was absolutely perfect. Not only because she can actually sing, but because the story kinda reflects her story too. I think that probably helped her really immerse herself and relate to the character. And Bradley Cooper was just as good. He put on this deep, gravelly voice that is just perfection, and it's pretty clear that he's really invested in this. This was obviously a passion project for him, and I'd say it paid off, big time. Oh, and Andrew Dice Clay's in this too. He plays her dad, and I liked him a lot in this. He was really good. It's just a small role, but I think he did a lot with it. As did Sam Elliott. He's really good in this too. Everyone's just really good in this. Although I didn't love the manager guy, but that was probably just the character, not the actor. And you probably weren't supposed to like him either. But what's the movie actually about though, if we really dig into it? Well, it's essentially a love story. That's at the core of this thing. It deals with fame and the struggles of being an artist, balancing artistic integrity with reaching the masses and quote-unquote selling out. And it deals with depression and substance abuse, but it's basically a love story. That's at the center of this whole thing. It's really what keeps this together as a story. And the end of this movie ended up being a little bit bittersweet, but it kind of felt inevitable. It couldn't really have ended in many other ways. Well, it could have, but it would have probably come across as cheesy or overly sentimental, which I don't think this ending was. That being said, I don't really know how much more I have to say about this. It's just a really good movie, basically carried by the two main performances. With a different cast, I don't think it would have worked nearly as well. And yeah, it's a bit of a romanticized account of what the rise to stardom might be like, but that didn't really matter. What matters is the romance and the relationship. And they absolutely nailed that part. So the rest is kinda irrelevant. Not that any aspect of the movie was really poorly done or anything like that. Now, I don't think it's flawless. In fact, I did feel like it kinda dragged a little bit in the middle, but that's a pretty minor issue. And I think this is a really strong directorial debut. Bradley Cooper knows what he's doing. And hopefully we get to see more movies by him. And Lady Gaga too, because she was just as important to this movie. So would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty great. So go watch it. Or don't. I'm not your dad.